This morning, President Biden making his most outspoken remarks yet about the threat of potential nuclear war. The president arrived back to the White House last night after telling his audience at a fundraiser that Russian President Vladimir Putin is not joking when he talks about the use of tactical nuclear weapons or biological or chemical weapons. Biden added, "We have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis." It's unclear whether his comments are based solely on the nuclear threats Putin made last month or any new assessments. U.S. officials have warned Russia could use weapons of mass destruction in Ukraine as Moscow faces a series of strategic setbacks. Ukrainian military officials say they've now taken back more than 150 square miles of land from the Russians since October 1st. And as Russian troops retreat, they're leaving behind new evidence of atrocities, including this torture pit and shallow graves containing people who appear to be civilians.
Investigators here in Kharkiv say more than 530 civilian bodies have been discovered in this region so far, and worrying signs of what appears to be a deliberate campaign of torture by the Russians to terrorize the population into submission.
Meanwhile, the exodus of fighting-age men from Russia is taking a new turn. 2 Russians fleeing Putin's military draft have requested asylum in the U.S. after sailing across the Bering Strait to a remote island that belongs to Alaska. The Russians were taken to Anchorage for processing.
This was a surprise to us. Who knows what's going to happen in the future if more individuals from Russia are trying to, intend to leave Russia through the Bering Straits.
The narrowest distance between Russia and Alaska is about 55 miles. Now, the governor says he does not anticipate a steady stream of Russians heading to Alaska anytime soon.